Luxembourg. Although it may be one of the wealthiest countries in the world, it is very poor in its spiritual wealth. 93% of all people here are Roman Catholic, and the other 7% are either a different religion or don't go to church at all. But that's why we're here. Every summer, people from around the world come to help out Christian Community Church in what is known as the Crossroads Mission Team. We seek to minister to the children of Luxembourg.
The missionaries we were helping were Tim and Kathy Hiremans, and they have been serving in the country of Luxembourg for more than 30 years. Ben and I were serving in Luxembourg for a total of 3 weeks. During the first week, we stayed with a young couple that works with the teens at Christian Community Church. They were American and made us feel right at home. This week was the week of preparation. The whole Crossroads team, including Ben and me, prepared Bible lessons for the softball Bible camp on the topic of the tabernacle. The lessons were translated in both Luxembourgish and English, which was a lot of work. To keep us going each day, a dear lady who has been coming to softball camp for 12 years prepared daily meals for us. And each day of the camp, the gospel message was clearly given, and many of the kids left the camp with a better understanding of the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. This was a big step for the kids in Luxembourg because a lot of these kids' fathers are not saved, which makes things very difficult. Let us give a little more detail about the second week, which was the softball Bible camp. It was such a neat experience to be part of the Crossroads team of teachers for this camp. The Lord really spoke through all of us and gave us the strength to teach to these kids. Most of them knew English very well, and many know 4 different languages. I will never forget hearing the children and teens memorizing the Bible in both English and Luxembourgish. The Lord also showed Ben and me how we can use all of our talents for the Lord's glory. I was able to accompany the singing for both camps and at church with my violin, along with a man from Spain named Ruben who played the guitar. Ben led some of the singing and ministered with his trumpet. The softball part of camp was also a ball. A lot of these kids had never played softball before. 2 highlights of this camp were how the Lord answered all of our prayers and provided good weather for the entire week. And second was the cookout at the end of softball Bible camp. The parents come and hear the kids sing and explain some of the verses they have learned. It was a good way to get the unsaved parents to hear the gospel message.
The third week, we had the wonderful privilege of being counselors at an adventure camp in northern Luxembourg. During the week, Pastor Tim put together an awesome series of messages explaining the gospel so clearly, even I learned a few things, and campers all around were getting to know God more and more. All throughout the week, we held many activities, ranging from hide and seek in a castle to my personal favorite, our creation science hike. It was just incredible walking silently through the woods, observing God's creation, and listening to Pastor Tim's little challenges about how perfect our God is. Reflecting on this trip, the Lord really brought us both way out of our comfort zones and taught us to always trust in Him, no matter what the circumstance. Thank you again so much for your prayers and generous support for our trip. Please remember to pray for Luxembourg and Christian Community Church as they strive to keep growing in the Lord. And always pray the prayer of Isaiah, "Here am I, Lord, send me."